Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss the part 2 of the MEXT scholarship for postgraduate students. So in the previous video, I hope you watched that. We discussed the eligibility, important dates and some important facts about MEXT scholarship for postgraduate students, and in this video we will be continuing with the application process, documents required, application submission and MEXT screening exam, which includes the first screening, university acceptance as well as second screening. So stay tuned and watch the video till the end. So let's look at how the application process for MEXT scholarship works for postgraduate students. So the application process for masters has already started, as I said, and the deadline is May 3rd, and the stages of application process will be as follows. So the stage 1 is that you fill a preliminary application form. So this preliminary application form basically is a summary of your academic history. So it will include your high school performance as well as your bachelor's performance in terms of academic grades. Also your employment history in case you have been working, so you have to put details about that too. Also the summary of your thesis, if there is a research proposal that you already have in mind, then you need to provide a summary of that too. So basically the MEXT will receive this pre-application and then they will select candidates based on this preliminary application form, and then only the students who pass this stage 1 of preliminary examination of application, they will be required to submit the application. So in case you do pass, which I really hope you do, you pass this preliminary application stage, in that case the documents that you will be required to submit are as follows. So the first document is the application form. It is in the defined format, and the format, oh by the way, for pre-application also there is a format which you can find on the website of Japanese embassy in India, and you can fill that form. Second is placement preference application form, given format. So you have to fill it in the same format where you put the placement preference. So you choose universities which you want to join and you put that in your placement preference form. Third is field of study or research plan. So basically you have to give a brief about what is that topic that you want to conduct research on, and also come up with how you want to conduct this research. There is a given format to write that. Please access that and fill that. Academic transcripts of all academic year of university. Certificate of graduation, since you have already graduated, and if you have not, you can submit a certificate stating your graduation date. There is a requirement of letter of recommendation. It can be from any of your academic advisors, or it can be from the dean of the university that you are currently attending. Medical certificate also needs to be submitted in the given format. So these are some of the documents that are required, and in specific cases there are some other documents that may be required. So for example, abstract of thesis. So if you have already written thesis, in some countries thesis is a part of bachelor's program also. So if in case you have written that, please submit that. Certificate of language proficiency, be it English or Japanese. Recommendation letter from the present employer in case you are working. So these are some of the documents that will be required on case-to-case basis. Submission of these application documents. So you will be submitting all these documents that I mentioned only if you receive a notification from MEXT that you have cleared the preliminary round, not otherwise. So now let's look at MEXT screening exam. So this screening basically is by means of an examination. After you have submitted the application documents, there will be exam of language proficiency, Japanese as well as English, along with of course the examinations required for your field of study. So once you pass the screening of examination, then you can directly contact. So after this exam, the next stage is request for provisional acceptance and submission of a placement form. So for this placement form and provisional acceptance, you will need to personally contact all the universities if you have passed the exam stage. So you will contact the universities and request them for provisional acceptance. So the notification of first screening results will be held on August 9, 2024. So when you are requesting the universities for issuance of letter of acceptance, you must submit directly to the university few documents, and these documents include a copy of your first screening passing certificate provided by the embassy and a set of previously mentioned documents. All the documents that we mentioned that we submitted to the embassy have to be submitted to the university also. Now, if only you have a provisional acceptance from these universities, one or more university, MEXT will conduct a second screening based on the results of the first screening, and also if you have a provisional letter from the university. As I told you initially that there is another way of applying for master's program through MEXT scholarship, which is Young Leaders program. Just some details about the Young Leaders program. The Young Leaders program also covers the tuition fee, round trip airfare, and the grant here basically is different. Grant is 242,000 yen, or in Indian rupees if I have to tell you, it is approximately 1,32,675 rupees per month under Young Leaders program. Now for this program also you will need graduation level of education before applying, and the course timeline for this is 1 year. This program is very different, and here you can apply to this program if only you have a recommendation from some organization. And when I say the organization, it also depends on your field of study. So for example, you can get these recommendations from Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievance, Pension, Ministry of Law and Justice, or it can be from Federation of Indian Chamber, or it can be from FICCI, it can be from any government official, legal professional, or any university graduate with work experience. But it really matters which field of study you are applying to. When you apply to a certain field of study, there is a particular specification about whose recommendation letter in that case is valid. So for those details, I highly recommend you look at the embassy website and see whose recommendation is accepted in that case. Talking about the eligibility, you must be under 40 years of age in principle. You should be a university graduate who has practical work experience. You can be a young public administrator or play an active role in Asia and other countries. So basically this is for high achievers anyway, and you will need a strong recommendation to be able to go on this program via MEXT scholarship. So this is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.